Hello guys and welcome to another Pro Excel video. Today the video will be based around you guys getting to know Excel. So you might be wondering why I'm doing this. So basically if I want to show you how to make different graphs and tables, it's obviously important that you know how to use Excel. So this video might be short or long, depends how much I cover up, just to give you like a general understanding of what things you can actually do in Excel. So let's start. As you can see, this working area is called a spreadsheet, and this has a lot of cells. So like if I go here, you can see that all of these are cell individually. This is your labeling from A to, it keeps going to ZZ and then triple and then quadruple. So it keeps going, it's like an infinite. And this one also keeps going down onto 1,000 billion, how much ever. It depends on how much you're actually working. So this A1, so you can easily locate it. This is the A1 cell, and it tells you right here. So imagine you want to go to B3. So you would be expecting that the cell, this blue highlighted box goes here, right? Correct, it will go there. This is cell name B3, so you always read it as the letter first and then the number. Okay, so that's fine. Now let's start off from the bottom. As you can see, there's a whole tab here. This is your scrolling, so you can scroll from left to right, and this is going down and up. So this is basic, everyone knows that, right? So then you have these two tabs. So this is your normal view. A normal view will show you a whole spreadsheet. But then imagine you want to make a spreadsheet and you want to print it, right? So you wouldn't know, like if you do it here, you wouldn't know how much of the spreadsheet would come. So what you can do is you go here and you do it into page layout view. So by doing this, you can see the individual pages and you can make individual spreadsheets accordingly. So that you don't have to worry that, oh, I've done it in this area, this will come on a different page and this will come on a different page. And now if we come back, you can actually see dotted lines going around this. So this shows you this is one whole page. All of this cell from here, from G40, A1 to G46 will come on one whole page. So that's really cool as it shows you which area you need to specifically work on. So imagine that you're working maybe in a business or something and you have a lot of spreadsheets in one whole document. So then you have this add button. So you can just go click and then this gives you a new whole spreadsheet that you can work on. So then you can toggle between those two spreadsheets, and imagine you want to delete, you just go right click, delete. Click OK and it's done. So then over here you have, this is your functions, this is your basic functions that you're gonna have. Imagine you have a function, right? E4, you have a function. So now I will show you, okay, the sum. So the sum of, say you want to take the sum of these two, so this and this, the sum of that at the moment is 0. But let's change it. Let's make C1 4 and D2 5. And you, in order to add a sum, you press the equal sign, SUM, you click sum, this, you add the plus sign, this, and you enter. So now you see the sum is 6, and at the bottom it shows you what function it is and the value that you got. So it's really cool. Excel's doing everything for you that you might not have needed to do on a calculator. So the rest is self-explanatory because there's nothing really. So let's go to the top bar now. This is your top bar. So let's start from here. This is for you to add a new spreadsheet itself. Then this is for you to make a new spreadsheet from a template. This is to open something, open a spreadsheet that you might have been working on. This is to save the spreadsheet, print it, cut it, copy paste. All of this lines you can, all of this is basically self-explanatory. Everyone's used it. Let's go to here. So now this, as you can see, this symbol is known as sigma and it tells you the sum. And then from here you can find out sum, average, count numbers, maximum, minimum, and these are basically your functions. Then you can rearrange everything from A to Z. You have the ability to set a cell according to the cell number, the cell value, the font color, and those kind of stuff. This shows your function. Then this is to hide or remove the toolbox. So this is your toolbox and you can remove it, and basically this toolbox has every single function you can ever do on an Excel. So let's get rid of this. Then this is just to add a media player, and this is like, you know, everyone knows the zoom, right? Okay, let's come here then. This is your tabs, your home, layout, tables, charts, and everything. So let's start from home. This is your edit sub part. So here you can fill something. So let's say you want this to go there, then you can do that. It's basically a copy paste function. You only need this for copy and pasting. Then this is your whole font. I hope everyone knows about fonts. So this is where you change it, the font size, make it increase, decrease, border, italics, underline. You can highlight a cell like from the borders. You can you can like cover up the cell itself. So if you want to make this yellow, you just press yellow. It does that. And then you can change the font of anything you've written. So now let's talk about here. Right. So come to the writing in the cell. So imagine I want to write. So basically on these cells you can actually write and it shows you everything. So you can see that this whole thing has been written on one cell and hence both of these are merged. But if I write something here, that merging will go away and this hides. So let's see. Now since this is merged, we can now change it if we want to make it in the middle, top and that kind of stuff. But this only works when you're merging two cells at the bottom. So say I want to merge these four cells, okay? So then you come here, you go merge, and then it becomes one whole big cell. Then you can write, imagine you've written that, but now you can't even see it because it's too big. So then you can either, one thing you can do is you remove the merge, then you go back and you make these two cells merge. Or the other thing you can do is from here, you click here and you go wrap text. So what will happen is that it will wrap the text, so then this part writes on one cell line and this part writes on the other cell line. So that's really cool. Then according to what you've written, so imagine I select this, you can make this go in the middle at the top and then you can make it go from left in the center and this. This is all alignment. So this is basically self-explanatory. Then we'll just skip this and we'll come back to it later as we don't really need this in this course. So once, imagine this is your cell, right? You can now format it. You can make it, imagine you want to show that this is bad thing, you don't do this. You can change it. So it becomes completely red or it's good. Or maybe it's a linked cell. So accordingly you can do that, but you don't really need it. This is technically used in business. But since we're not doing business related stuff, we won't be needing this. Right, and this is just cells. So if you say you made a mistake, you wrote something and then you made a mistake, you want to add a cell after it, you just click this. You want to delete that cell, you click this. You want to format the cell, you can do that. Okay, now let's go to the layout part. Okay, so now that we are in the layout part, we can change the whole view of this. So you can change the orientation to make a landscape. So accordingly, these lines also change so that you know what part's coming inside the page. Change it back to portrait. You can change the what do you call it, the mark. You can change the size of the paper. So imagine you're printing on an A5 paper. You can go here and change it accordingly. So A5, you see that this also changes. So this is basic. It's like Microsoft Word. It's the same thing that they've added here. So obviously everyone's used Microsoft Word, so I won't be going over this layout. So let's go to the tables. Okay, so this is a table, right? You go here, you add a new table. Everyone knows this. This is basic Microsoft stuff. So I won't be going over this side either. It's the same thing. Really, there's no difference. As you can see, it's just coloring the cell. That's all it's doing. If you want to add a table in a cell, you can do that. So it's all Microsoft Word stuff. Okay, so now let's go into the charts column. So as you can hear, we have the different graphs that you can make, such as a bar graph, a line graph, a pie graph, another bar graph but the horizontal one, area graph so that you can show the area, which is used mainly in physics or even math, a scatter plot, and other type of graphs. So you have many different graphs under this. You have the high low, then you have a 3D surface if you want to show donuts, bubbles, radars. So this basically we won't be using any of this. We might be using a lot of this. Then you can show a line graph in between columns. If you want to show a win loss like a probability type, you can show that as well. And then accordingly, if you make a graph, you can change the chart layout. So let's go to smart art. So over here This is once again Word document stuff. If you want, since you're using this on Excel, you can show a list of things. You can show a process. You can show a cycle. You can show a hierarchy system. You can show relationships, and you get what I'm trying to say. You can show all of this. It's the same as Word document. Let's go to formulas. So this is the thing we will need a lot in this course. So formulas, you might be having a graphical display calculator or a normal calculator, it depends. The thing is that in order to do sums, averages and all that kind of stuff, you normally go into your calculator. You won't need a calculator at all. You don't need all of that work that you have the data, now let's plug into a calculator and then do this, that. No, you won't need it. By using these functions that have been shown here, you can clearly show that, okay, you want to have a functions, this is like, you want to have text, you want to do some, this is like basically the different functions you can have. So math and trig, so that's like sum and all that kind of stuff. And then you have the auto sum, so this is like the basic ones you need. Then you have a formula. Imagine you want to make a formula like calculating a BMI example and they might not have it, so then you make a formula and then you apply that formula. So it's basically just formula, using formulas that you might be using on a calculator. Now it's onto Excel. Let's go to data. So data is basically, say you've made a data and then you want to sort it accordingly, sort and filter that, okay, you want only the date and not the time, so you can filter. Or if you want to make an alphabetical order, you can sort everything. So that's basically this. And imagine you have like a table here, but you want to make the table go here, so then you just click the pivot. And then this is like this what if button is a scenario maker. So if you have this, what if I added one to all of them, and then you can make all of that appear here. So that kind of stuff. Then this is refreshing the whole spreadsheet. This is adding text. This is a database. HTML is quite easy, like you write the HTML link and then you link it to a website, and then if you want to make a file using this, you do it. Let's go to review. Now review is so we won't be needing all this. This is basic Microsoft Word stuff. So over here you can check the spelling of what you've written. You can add notes or comments. You can lock the sheet. You can add a password so that nobody can see it. Oh, and then you can have permissions that only certain people can see it. And then you can mail it to someone. So this was basically a whole layout, a video showing you Microsoft 2011 and how it works and what things we're going to be doing. So I'll be signing off at the moment, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.